everyone, welcome to Neo IAS Daily Current Affairs Program. Today on 16th November 2018, we will be dealing with the topics Fitch rating, Quad, Sharqi architecture, groundwater depletion, and for the map session we will be dealing with Samoa and Polynesia, and last we have PQRS. Coming to the very first topic, that is Fitch rating. Fitch, they have retained India's credit rating for the 12th year in a row at BBB-. So, they have Fitch refused to upgrade its sovereign rating for India from BBB-. They have retained that position, and it is the lowest investment grade with a stable outlook. The weak fiscal position continues to constrain the rating, and Moody's had raised India's sovereign rating from the lowest investment grade of Baa3 to Baa2, whereas S&P has also maintained BBB- rating on India since 2007. These are the few statistics, and why the rating is retained by Fitch, that is a question. So, Fitch has last upgraded India's sovereign rating from BB plus to BBB- with a stable outlook on August 1, 2006. So, government debt at close to 70% of the GDP. So, there is a difficulty to meet deficit target of 3.3% of GDP in the current financial year. So, this was an issue. Why Fitch has retained its rating, and also this is due to lower revenues including from GST in the first half, and expenditure for upcoming general election were main reason for the weak fiscal position. So this was the reason for weak fiscal position, and this made the Fitch to retain their ratings at BBB-. Also, the weak government standards was also a reason for this rating. Talking about Fitch rating, they are one of the big three credit rating agencies. The other two being Moody's and Standard & Poor, that is S&P, Moody's and S&P, and with that Fitch rating, the three credit rating agency. So, it is also one of the three nationally recognized statistical rating organization, that is NRSRO, nationally recognized statistical rating organization, which are designated by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. Fitch rating is headquartered in New York, and Fitch rating is the smallest of the big three NRSRO. That's all about Fitch. And talking about the investment scale, like Fitch rating, they are in an alphabetic scale. They range in an alphabetic scale from AAA to D. Moody's also use a similar scale, but names the categories a bit differently. Like S&P, Fitch also uses intermediate like plus or minus. Like you can see AA plus, AA minus, BB minus, CCC plus, like that. These are the few categories of, or the scale of investment. These are the scale of rating. That's all about the topic. Our next topic is Quad. Vietnam, they have got an ambivalent position on the Quad grouping, which comprises India, Australia, Japan, and the US. The Quad grouping, they have met in Singapore. Quad is considered as a counter to China's Belt and Road Initiative, and Quad, it is a quadrilateral formation of four major democracies, that is USA, India, Japan, and Australia. These are the countries in the Quad grouping, and it is this formation or this grouping, it is based on the converging vision and values for promotion of peace, then stability in the region, and they share with each other and with partners. Talking about Quad, Chord, it is a quadrilateral formation of 4 major democracies. They are USA, India, Japan and Australia. So these are the members of Chord grouping, and this formation, it is based on the converging vision for promotion of peace, stability and prosperity in the region. And as I said, quadrilateral grouping is considered to counter China's aggressive maritime expansion under its Belt and Road Initiative. So, the major aims of Quad are to promote free, open, prosperous and inclusive Indo-Pacific, then to address common challenges of terrorism, to enhance connectivity in the Indo-Pacific region, then to promote free trade and defense cooperation across the strength of ocean from South China Sea, the Indian Ocean and all the way to Africa. These are the few aims of chord grouping. Our next topic is Sharqi architecture. So there was an article about Sharqi architecture. It is a unique style of art and architecture which was developed in the Jaunpur Sultanate under the Sharqi dynasty. So it was developed in the Jaunpur area. Then coming to the main features of this architecture. The main feature of Sharqi mosque is the huge rectangular gateway with arches, and they are made of stone, and also there is fine carving and lattice work. So these mosques are made of stone and there will be fine carving and lattice work. Also another notable feature of this mosque are the absence of minarets. It is an important feature. Please note that there is an absence of minarets. Also, these mosques at Jaunpur have cloisters for women to pray. These are the major features of Sharqi architecture, and the major buildings built in this style, they are like the major construction are 3 main mosques in Jaunpur. They are Atala Masjid, Jama Masjid and Lal Darwaza. So these 3 mosques have been constructed in this Sharqi architecture. Then talking about Sharqi architecture, we need to know about Sharqi kingdom also. So Sharqi kingdom, like it is at Jaunpur, and the city of Jaunpur, it was built by Firoz Shah Tughlaq, and it is situated on the river Gomti. A person, Malik Sarwar, he was appointed as the governor of Jaunpur in 1394, and he was given the title of Malik us Sharq. So that you can see that name, right? Sharq. So he declared independence from Delhi during the Timur invasion, and he founded the Sharqi kingdom. So this person, he was Malik Sarwar. He was appointed as a governor, and he declared independence during the Timur invasion, and he founded the Sharqi kingdom. So one of the most prominent king of this Sharqi kingdom was Ibrahim Shah, and later on Sikandar Lodi, he put an end to the Sharqi dynasty after he conquered it in 1479. So Sikandar Lodi, he put an end to this Sharqi kingdom. Our next topic is about groundwater depletion. So the Central Groundwater Board, their data revealed that like a majority of districts in India, they experience significant depletion in groundwater storage. So groundwater depletion have been an increasing issue, and like significant decrease was of groundwater have been located in the regions like Indo-Gangetic Plain, then northwest and central regions of India, and also in few districts of Punjab, they show substantial decline in groundwater table. So what are the major reason for this groundwater depletion? One main reason is the reduction in the rainfall, and some other factors which led to groundwater depletion is the frequent pumping of water from the ground, then cultivation of water intensive crops and flood irrigation of fields. These are the major reasons which culminated in the groundwater depletion. there is one more issue with this groundwater depletion, that is carbon dioxide will be released into the atmosphere from the soil when the groundwater is depleted. So carbon dioxide emission is already an issue, so groundwater depletion will also increase this carbon emissions. Now we need to talk about tensiometer. So this tensiometer is a device which is used to visually monitor the soil moisture conditions in the rice fields. So it is tensiometer. It is used to monitor the soil moisture in the rice fields. So this was actually introduced in 5 districts of Punjab to irrigate the crops only when required, and so it is based on the whenever irrigation is required, that it will indicate that. So water inside the tensiometer reaches the equilibrium with soil moisture, and farmers are advised not to irrigate when the tensiometer is in the green zone. So there will be 3 zones: green zone, yellow zone and red zone. So when the tensiometer indicates when it is in the green zone, farmers are advised not to irrigate the fields, and when the soil gets dry, the water level in the tensiometer drops and it reaches the yellow zone. So when the water reaches yellow zone, farmers, they can start irrigating the fields at that time, and never allow the water in the device to reach the red zone. So there are 3 zones: green zone, yellow zone and red zone. When it is in the green zone, farmers are advised not to irrigate, and when it is in the yellow zone, it is the right time to start irrigating the fields, and do not allow the meter to show the reading in the red zone. These are the details about the tensiometer. So whenever a question about groundwater depletion is asked in the mains, you can use this tensiometer as a way forward or suggestion like that. Coming to map aided program, today we will be seeing the locations Samoa and Polynesia. As you can see here, and also please locate in your atlas. Samoa is the country, it is in the westernmost group of Samoan islands in Polynesia. So we will see the details of this. A few months back, as a part of goodwill gesture and to strengthen the relation between India and Samoa, the Union Minister of State for Tribal Affairs visited Samoa, and Samoa is a country comprising of westernmost group of the Samoan islands in Polynesia. It is located about halfway between Hawaii and New Zealand in the South Pacific. It is in the South Pacific. It is westernmost group of islands in Polynesia, and Samoa is also a member of the Commonwealth of Nations, and it was the first Pacific island country to attain independence. It was the first Pacific island country to attain independence. Then this country lies within the area of Ring of Fire. Then talking about Polynesia, it is a large group of over 1000 islands scattered over the Central and South Pacific Ocean. So Polynesia, it means many islands. Polynesia may be described as the islands within a triangle with its corners at Hawaiian Islands, New Zealand and Esther Islands. So it is in the shape of a triangle, and Polynesian island group outside of this great triangle is Tuvalu, and there are thousands of islands scattered over this place in Polynesia. That's about Samoa and Polynesia. Please locate these regions in your atlas. And our next session we'll be dealing with PQRS, that is previous question revision series. The question is, vultures, which used to be very common in Indian countryside some years ago, are rarely seen nowadays. This attributed to A, the destruction of their nesting sites by new invasive species, B, a drug used by cattle owners for treating their deceased cattle, C, scarcity of food available to them, D, widespread, persistent, fatal disease among vultures. These are the 4 options. So all these questions you cannot study and go like, you need to eliminate from this option. So read the option A, destruction of their nesting sites by invasive species. So that can happen, but like whole scale or countrywide destruction, that is not that cannot be a factor, right? It won't be a reason. So the scarcity of food available to them, that is also wrong statement. You can eliminate that too. So then widespread, persistent and fatal disease among them, and that can be a possibility. And whereas option B, it is a drug used by cattle owners for treating their diseased cattle. This is a question from 2012 prelims, and talking about the reduction in the vulture numbers, like this was in news, like if you have gone to the newspaper, you might have known the answer, and the answer is like a major contributing factor which caused a decline in the population of vulture is believed to be the widespread use of drugs such as diclofenac. The use of diclofenac, it caused the reduction or the declining in the number of vultures, and diclofenac is a commonly used livestock anti-inflammatory drug. So the overuse of this diclofenac and the vultures, when fed on the dead cattle, it caused the vulture species to die out, and this caused the reduction in their numbers. I'll just go through the vulture species which are present in Indian subcontinent. 9 vulture species have been found in Indian subcontinent. They are griffon vulture. It is also known as Eurasian griffon. Then next one is Indian vulture. It is categorized as critically endangered. Then Himalayan vulture. It is categorized as near threatened group. Another one is red-headed vulture. These are it is mainly found in the Indian subcontinent only. And next is slender-billed vulture, white-rumped vulture. Both these are categorized as critically endangered. Then few others are bearded vulture, then cinereous vulture, Egyptian vulture. So these are the 9 vulture species which are found in India. When you see the IUCN red list itself, like many of them are critically endangered, and so this shows that there have been a reduction in the number of vulture species in India, and one of the major factor is the drug called diclofenac, which are used in the cattle. So the option B is the right answer for the question. That is B, a drug used by cattle owners for treating their diseased cattle. This is the answer for the question. With that, we wind up today's session. You can download the daily current affairs material from the link given below. Thank you for watching.